Right, you said that, it's going to happen. I'm going to turn up at your door.
Gosh, what an amazing place.
One day.
Amazing place. Oh, and it was just this tiny little town.
You guys have a huge fan following in India.
Done that, rabbit.
Pack a cushion.
Yeah.
Then he realised how cool it was and he could fly.
Gosh. Oh, what would I say to Corliss? George and the Dragon.
Yes.
St. George.
Yes. Oh, wow. What a fun question.
A quick fun trivia question. Do you remember the first time you ever saw a dragon? While you were growing up, you were reading it in a storybook, or you saw it in full blood?
Oh, wow. What a fun question.
I think that probably the first time I ever saw a dragon, I think I was probably about 6 or 7. And I would have been being told about George and the Dragon.
Yes.
St. George.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that might have been the first time I was aware.
Yes, that's a good one. It's similar with me, but there's also this book that I've just recently reread because it's one of my favorite books of all time is the Narnia books.
Oh.
And there's a fantastic one. I've just reread it. It's The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. And in one of the Eustace, the little boy, gets turned into a dragon. Oh. And then Aslan comes in, he tears his skin off and rips it up and he becomes a little boy again. It's so great. It's my favorite of all the books. And I read all of them when I was 7 years old. And it was because Eustace was really depressed initially about being turned into a dragon.
Well, as you would be.
But then he realized how cool it was and he could fly. And he was hot, so people would snuggle up to him at night. He could make fires with his breath and it was great. And he was transformed from then on.
Yeah.
I love that story. Love that story. I quickly want to ask you guys, if you had to meet your characters in real life over coffee, what's the one thing you would tell them or like to ask them? Steve?
Gosh.
Oh, what would I say to Corliss? I would say, dude, there are areas of grey. You know what I mean? Because Corliss is just, it's this or it's this. And there's nothing in the middle. And I would have to say to him, just relax, dude. It's fine. You've got it.
Such a guy.
That would be my...
just a guy. I think mine would be, I would ask her advice. I would say, how do you say so cool? How are you always so cool? What is your magic? And also, do you have some really good menopause medication that I could borrow?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. Because she'd have it down.
She'd definitely have it. She'd have some sort of dragon's magic blood potion thing. Keep her.
You know, if anybody wants to ditch the Uber and take a dragon to ride somewhere, what's the one tip you would give him?
If he wants to take a dragon to ride somewhere, I'd say pack a cushion. Because it's going to get a little bit bumpy around your loins. So make sure you have padding.
That's a bad thing?
Well, after a lot of time, it can be rubbing and, it's less comfortable.
I'm actually not going to go any further down that rabbit hole.
Pack a cushion.
Yeah.
Listen, tell me between the two of you, who's good at keeping spoiler alerts? I mean, who's good at not telling friends and relatives or family? You know what? Zip it up. I can't tell you nothing. I'm not allowed.
I'm rubbish. I'm the worst. I'll just tell everybody anything because I'm pathologically truth teller. So
you are a truth teller.
You're quite good at. You're quite discreet.
I think I'm probably better.
You're good at keeping secrets.
I'm not great. But I think compared to you,
better than me.
Yes, I think of the two of us, I'm better at sort of.
I'm so rubbish at these interviews because I keep every other second there's a spoiler alert. Yeah, so everything has to be.
I constantly have to be pinching in the ribs, going, "No, Eve, no, we don't tell them about that." But yes,
it's a disaster.
Yeah, but it's fine.
No, you're good.
Listen, do you guys get to take anything home from set? And I'm guessing you don't. But if you could, what's the one thing you would take home from set? A piece of costume, anything?
Oh, wow. Okay, well, first of all, we don't get to do that because that would be theft.
Yes.
So
HBO, I'm not very much obviously don't take a
so
thing.
I'm admitting nothing. But if I did, oh, gosh.
Oh, my God. Can I say, can I mine? I would like to take your boat.
Oh my God.
It's enormous.
Yes.
It's the biggest boat it's like the size of New York, this boat.
Yes.
It's
huge. It's a
and you
great
could just
set.
go on these fantastic adventures on it.
I've got a couple of, I wouldn't be quite so ambitious. My character carries a really lovely dagger with a beautiful sort of elaborate blade and a lovely compass type on the top. I'd probably have that.
It's very subtle.
It's very subtle.
Lucky you could stash it away.
Exactly, because that's the plan. You didn't hear me say that. I didn't say that.
I have to tell you, you guys have a huge fan following in India. We love your characters. We invest so much into that. And you absolutely give us joy when we sit down and watch this. It's absolutely pure joy. Have to ask you, have you ever had India on your bucket list to travel or maybe watch a movie or just get to know song and dance?
Yes.
Oh God, yes.
I love India so much. I lived in India for 6 months when I was a teenager, when I was 18 after school.
Whereabouts?
And I lived in just outside Bangalore in a tiny little village called Silvapura. And it was the days before, it was like the 80s. It was the days before Bangalore became and it was just this tiny little town. And I lived in this, and I went very native, and I was wearing a sari and cooking with the things. I remember the first morning I woke up and somebody was a wonderful person with a bucket of this brown steaming stuff and slapping it onto the floor of the hut that I was sleeping in, and it was cow dung.
Oh, wow.
And then she was making the floor.
Oh my God.
It was amazing.
That is fantastic. It is on my bucket list.
Much.
Yeah, I would love to, because I mean, it sounds so really superficial, but I love the cuisine. I love the food. So I would love to be there. And I've seen pictures of the place. I've seen the Taj Mahal and stuff like that. Yeah, one day.
Such an incredible country.
My God, I can't
my
wait.
favorite country. I mean, I was visited like such a small part of it, but gosh, what an amazing place.
One day.
Amazing place.
Invite us.
One day, jump on a dragon and fly away, and we will host you. We would love to.
Please, have us.
Right, you said that. It's going to happen. We're going to turn up at your door.
Thank you, Stephen. You absolutely love you. Thank you for this wonderful chat.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much.